Melissa Jakes, the Olivia Pope of virtual and live events, is the CEO and founder of Rescue Event Planning, a Washington, D.C.-based boutique event planning firm to influencers, organizations, and corporations. During this pandemic, Melissa's expertise in online event planning has become a hot commodity. Her company also provides several courses on topics related to event planning and entrepreneurship. She gives mommypreneurs the tools and services to balance career, business ownership, and management with family. Melissa has spoken at several events such as Facebook Boost and conducted workshops at universities and small businesses. She has been featured in several publications such as Event Planner Association Podcast, Rent My Wedding Magazine, Morgan State University, iHeartRadio, CEO Blog Nation, BET Influencer, and Event Planner Expo 2020. She provides entrepreneurs with special tools to combat what she calls FWD, fear, worry, and doubt obstacles, in order to break through and become successful owners. Mommypreneurs, let's welcome Melissa Jakes.
Hey y'all, it's been a minute. It's been a complete minute, but we are back. We're back. I am so glad to be back too, because I missed you guys. I totally miss you guys. Thank you so much for joining us. If this is your first time, put in the comments, hashtag first timer. We want to hear from you. And if you're watching the replay, also put hashtag replay. Listen, this is where we get real. This is where I talk about different topics that, one, I've experienced, two, other mommypreneurs have also experienced with me, and really get into the nitty gritty. Okay, so we want to make sure that you are fulfilled, or at least inspired by watching these. Okay, so if you are, give me a heart, share it out to your friends, some people that you may know. A lot of people started businesses during COVID, so we want to make sure that they are they're provided the right tools to keep going, because it can be very hard running a business, very hard, right? And so that's what our topic is today. It's about the burnout. Girl, I am burned out. And 5 tips on how to prevent being burnt out. And so listen, okay, it's been rough. 2020 gave us everything that it could. I was also pregnant at the time I gave birth. Still had a business. I only had 1 month of maternity leave, and I went right back into business. And so the burnout is real. Earlier this year, I felt like I'm just tired. I'm tired. And there are some spurts of moments where I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm tired. I just want to be in the bed for a week. Give me like a week and I'll come back to society, right? But, that's not as easy. It could be you have people counting on you. You got to keep going. You have to keep pushing. Of course, self-care is definitely needed, right? But you shouldn't get to the point where you want to give up, right? So I want to talk about things that I've learned when I felt burnt out. And some days, like even last week, I felt burnt out. My mom was a little bit worried about me, but I felt a little burnt out. But it's because I didn't follow what I needed to do, right? So here's the first tip on how to prevent burnout. Start every day smart. So for those who are in like my educational field, social work field, psychology, license, all that stuff, we all know about SMART goals. Right? So start your day off smart, thinking through the goals and how they're smart. The smartest thing you can do is start your day is not to give your agenda away to others before you set intentions and purpose for yourself to start your day clean. So what does that mean? Don't start off with just hopping right into your emails, hopping right into that social media. You have an inbox. Oh, you missed that email. Oh, it was an inquiry. I have a new order coming in. You need to start your day off with intention and purpose. that can propel yourself to really start your day off strong, right? I'm totally guilty of not doing this sometimes. I will wake up, okay, what time is it? And the first thing I am looking at is in my emails. What happened in the couple of hours I was asleep, right? So when I find I start my day off more intentional, get the day going, the kids are getting ready, Gabby's getting ready for school, I've had my breakfast, my coffee, I've kind of made time for myself, and then sitting down and really getting to it, right? Making sure you do that is so important because there are ways that your day is just not going to start off well. It's not. You're going to already kind of feel stressed before the day even started because you're going to start seeing your emails. Oh my gosh, it's this. Oh, okay, I got to get that on the agenda, that on the agenda, that on the agenda. And you haven't even brushed your teeth yet. So you need to make sure you start your day off smart. Okay. Number 2, understand that your energy doesn't go where your thoughts flow. So what does that mean? So you focus on what helps you grow. What you focus on grows. So if you focus on something, that's what your energy is going to go to. So if your focus is on everything that is not working, then you can expect those things to expand in your business and to start stressing you out. So you need to focus on what is working and then reboot and then replace that attention. So focus on the energy that can make your business grow, right? So when we're starting to focus on things that don't really expand the business, then you're really not moving in the business and then you start stressing out. So that is definitely something I've been guilty as well. With all these, I've been guilty, right? That's why I started to come through these. So I came up with these tips. Understand that your energy goes where your thought flows because energy is ever moving, right? Awesome. All right. Number 3 is how to is stay out of the how, right? So how is an exhausting word for most people. I literally was just talking to a client about this. So how's it going to work? So, how do the people get to see what we see? How do the speakers get on the stage with me? Then how do the people answer? Then how do I see the people answer? And I mean, she was going on and on and on. And I was like, yo, that's not for you to worry about. That's what you hired Rescue to do, right? And so it's so true when you say how is an exhausting word for most people, especially entrepreneurs, because you're trying to already think of step 1 through 10 and you're at step 5 and you're already like, oh my gosh, that was already 5 steps and we still got 5 more to go. So when you ask how, you feel a rush of anxiety going through your system that sets you off in many different scenarios. It opens up so many loops. So for instance, how am I going to get all of this done? That's already overwhelming. It's a quite daunting question. And this is a recipe for burnout. So you want to make sure instead of asking how, ask yourself what needs to happen next. That's why, going back to those SMART goals, is small little things to get to the big pie, right? So don't ask yourself how, ask yourself what's next, what needs to happen next. This puts your brain in a solution focus mode. And now you're making a list that can prioritize to get things done. What is the problem? There is a solution. Asking the question around that requires action will help your brain focus on a solution map rather than spinning in an anxiety, worrying, burnout scenario. So that is, when I ran into this, that was so important. Versus how, you need to ask yourself what's next. Okay, how can we get it done? Because running around, think of yourself like on a hamster on the wheel. How am I going to get off? How am I going to get off? Versus what can help me get off? So that's so important. Number 4, create a mind space. So this is where, this is so big for me. Okay. I promise you guys not. If my area is not clean and I go to bed, I will dream about cleaning it. That's how my mind works. So It's very true about making sure your area is clean of clutter, because that also creates a clean mind space. So the clutter in a noisy mind, when the noise takes over your thoughts, we are no longer in charge. We're on a roller coaster that begins. Taking breaks every 50 minutes, stretch, drinking water, breathing deeply, and also gives us space. So creating that space helps us be able to focus better during the day, and when that clutter is gone as well. Um, Ironically or not, Bill Gates, even though they're going through a situation, he does 7 stretches a day to help him to re-energize his thought process. Right. So he does 7 stretches a day. So some people suggest taking 15 to 20 minutes a midday to sit in silence, listen to your favorite music, or better yet, meditate. So what really helps with you? Just giving your brain that type of rest, especially as an entrepreneur. We are go, go, go. If you don't have an admin assistant, like you are it, that you're really on a go, go, go. You need to give yourself that space, create that mind space, but also make sure the clutter too. Clutter around you makes your mind feel clutter as well. And then number 5, which I know you guys have heard this all the time, but it is so common, and social media does not help at all. But avoid comparison and judging. So when we compare ourselves to other business owners, we are likely to do one of the following 2 things: think negative thoughts about them or negative thoughts about ourselves. How many people are guilty? I am so guilty. I try not to do this, but I fall into it sometimes. And this creates a boomerang of low vibe energy and throws your emotion into a downward spiral. I promise you guys, it really does. Okay. You start going through everything. You start thinking about, oh my gosh, we started our business at the same time, and look at her now. What am I doing wrong? I'm not going hard enough. What did she do that she got that? And you're in your own lane. You cannot sit there and judge and compare yourself. Be happy for them on where they are, and you continue to truck on your own way. Now, if you feel stagnant and you feel like you need push, then definitely motivate yourself, right? But not to a point where you are bringing negative thoughts, will then they'll start giving you low energy, and then you're going to start giving up. Why even try? I'm not doing it. I haven't been featured. I haven't done that. It doesn't even matter. The founder of Spanx, she's a self-made billionaire. I'm going to say self-made billionaire. States that negative self is the number one barrier to success. That negative self-talk is that number one barrier to success. So you can avoid this negative talk and by lifting others up. Be excited of what they do well, right? Your business is in the universe system that is limitless. You never know where your business can grow. You could not tell me 6 years ago we will have a Comcast commercial, right? So you just never know what opportunities can come about. Once you understand that there's a never-ending amount of support and creativity, you will feel inspired by those who do well and drop that competition stuff. Understand that is their lane. You don't know what they've gone through to get there. You have your own lane, and you need to focus on making sure the road is still paved ahead of you. That's the competition. Hey, if I keep driving, did the bridge get complete yet? No. Okay, I need to focus on getting that bridge complete so I can continue to drive. It takes dedication. It takes develop mind muscle to stay focused on tasks on purpose. The part of developing this muscle is reminding yourself your why. Why did you want to become an entrepreneur? Remind yourself of those. I keep those things near me. Affirmations, as of course you guys see and love every time I go live. But stay mission driven and avoid labeling the other things as failures, because they're not failures. You just haven't reached that exit yet. You haven't passed that mile marker when you're driving, on the highway. What mile marker are you at? I'm at 111 mile marker. You just haven't reached that mile marker yet. And that's totally fine. But you just need to stay focused and not label the things that you've done as failures, but more as success. The ideal and purpose you set forward for your business will be the compelling thoughts to bring you back again and again. This is what you have set your own success would track. With the clear purpose and intention, your ideal will thrive. So it's so important to really focus on what you can do and making sure you make your own goals at your own pace. Because the burnout, all of this is to say, the burnout can happen if you are trying to reach somebody else's expectations of like, I need to be at this place by this month and this month and this month. That may not be realistic. Realistically, a business in entrepreneurship, it may not make that much money in the first year. Some people do, and that's a godsend. But for most entrepreneurs, it does take about 2 years to start making a profit. And if someone tells you that's not true, they're lying to you. The people who have not had to struggle with that is because they had a product that was, and this is for those who have products, I'm not gonna say it's a bit easier. I think it's an easier thing. It's something tangible. You want sunglasses? Here's my sunglasses. They're cute. And do a little photo shoot, whatnot. And you could push. Everyone needs sunglasses, right? It is harder for service-based entrepreneurs who can provide a service, and you have to really pitch yourself. Yes, you're pitching your services, but really, are they buying you? The trustable, the trust factor, the likable factor, the knowable factor. And so that's really hard. And so for my service-based entrepreneurs, I can really speak to them because that's what we do. And it is hard to say, like, I need to be seen here, 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 here. And it just takes time. And as long as you have your strategic goals and you're setting goals, and when you reflect back each year, you have made growth, and write down your small wins. So at the end of the year, you can see, man, we actually had 50 clients this year. Look at your bottom line. Look at your net gross and your sales coming in, all that, and say, like, yeah, we actually made 100,000 this year. Like, that's amazing. So you want to make sure you're staying on top of that, because that's what's really going to help you move forward. If you don't track those things, I remember when I didn't track it, I couldn't compare. You can't say, did you grow from one year to another without comparing? And so that's important to make sure you start tracking those things, because those will be your motivators, especially when you're starting to feel down or burn out. Like, what am I doing? Most people look at this at the beginning of the year, like it's a new year, or the year's coming down to the end. Now you can really reflect, what have we done in business? And have an own report to yourself, report back to your family. And, I used to do that with my husband. All right, Rescue did X amount of dollars this year, and we had this amount of clients. What do you think? So give yourself, the CEO report, what they call the president's report about the business, and do that, because that will make you reflect back to see, we actually have been doing very well for ourselves for the amount of years in. I am no way telling you that you need to not motivate and push yourself. I'm a pusher. However, you want to make sure that you are not overdoing it where you can push yourself to burnout. So it's important not to do that. Okay. So you guys, I hope this was great motivator for you. Don't get burned out. It can be so much frustrating, but trust me, I've been there multiple times. I may be there a couple of more times this year, right? But you have to continue to make sure you follow the steps. You're in your own lane. You're building your house at your time, and that's okay. And that's totally okay. All right. So I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week. Make sure you stay connected to us. We are dropping some tips. We are changing how Mommypreneur Wednesdays go, but we are really going to start being more intentional in helping moms. These are going to be things that's going to help you in your business, in your lifestyle, and as a mother. So have a great night. Talk to you later. Bye.